Yo, what is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Top Notch Ads YouTube channel. So as promised, in today's video, we're going to be covering how to create a high quality logo for your Shopify store. Now, we're going to be creating something that's very professional, very branded, and aligned and congruent with what we've already created here over on catsack.co, which we made in yesterday's video, how to build a one product branded dropshipping store the easy way. So this is the Catsack website. I pulled it up here for you guys. As you can see, comfy and warm. It's a beautiful site, but we're definitely lacking in this logo category. So that's what we're going to do in today's video. I'm going to walk you guys through the process step by step, kind of give you my philosophy for creating logos and how to make something that looks really good. So let's get right into it. All right, guys, so let's get from the catsack.co website over into Canva. Now, this is what I recommend for your logo creation needs. This is what I've been using since day one of my dropshipping career. I remember creating my first logo for my first dropshipping store on Canva. It was called Deep Harbor. I'm going to search through and find it, put it up for you guys. That's what it looked like. First logo ever. I thought it turned out pretty well, but I've literally made probably 50 to 100 different logos on this platform, and I think it's the best video editing platform, not video editing, the best image editing platform that you can use. So let me just jump right in here, right? Obviously, we're making a logo for the Catsack, so that's what we're gonna do. Let's create a new design and let's get a custom sizing here. I usually like to do 1000 by 200 to start for my logos. Usually works and fits most names of your stores. This one might be a little too wide, so we might have to shrink it down, but let's just get into it, right? So obviously the first thing you're going to want to do is get some text. So let's add a heading here, and let's just add Catsack. It's a funny name, Catsack. Okay, so obviously this text isn't going to do it. As well, I'm going to want to resize this to make it a little bit, higher, taller, because Catsack is a shorter name, so I'm just going to resize like that. But as you can see, we've added this Catsack text here. In fact, that might have been a little too high. Let's go to 300. Like that. Now, as you can see here, I'm leaving some space here for a logo, which we're going to add in a second here. But for now, let's look at this text, right? We have to find a good font. That's pretty much the basis of all of your logos. And your logo is going to vary greatly based on what your product is. So in this case, it's a cat sleeping bag. So you have to think about it from the mind of a cat owner, like coming to your store. What would they expect your store logo to look like? Something themed with cats, right? Something that's relatable to them as a cat owner. Now, honestly, this catsack.co logo that we have now looks pretty clean and looks pretty modern, and you could honestly just go with this, but I wanted to give our store a little bit of personality. So what you can do is look through all of the fonts on Canva and try and figure out what looks best and what fits your product the best. So, we can just scroll through here, and they have a bunch of different fonts that you can use. Like, for example, let's try this. That honestly doesn't look too bad. I kind of like that. Another thing we're gonna have to do is get this blue color that we're using on our store. So you're gonna wanna obviously color your logo the same color as your store. So let's jump in our theme here and get the hex code for this color so that we can transfer it over to Canva. That's gonna be in the theme settings and into colors, and then right here. So let's do that. I'm just gonna make this all blue. Like that. Catsack. That looks pretty good. See, the thing about this is you want to just get something finished as quickly as possible, and then you can make revisions and refinements afterwards. So let's just go to the elements section here on Canva and just search cat and see what comes up. Okay. Looks pretty good. Obviously, we don't want to do like a cartoony type thing. Like this stands out to me as something that could be good. That looks decent. Let's keep scrolling here and see if there's anything else. But yeah, what you're gonna basically want to do is just find something from the elements section on Canva. They have so much stuff. Like this looks pretty good. Looks kind of weird though. The cat looks kind of creepy. Just like that. But I don't really like that, to be honest. So I'm gonna search through here and see what I find, and I'll be back with you guys once I find a good, thing here to use. Okay, guys. So this is what I've got so far. As you can see, I changed the text to black. I think it looks better, and I think it'll look better on our site if the text is black, kind of similar to how it is now, but just with this cooler font. And then I went with this logo here, this cat that has this black outline to kind of continue with the black theme, but then also work that blue into it that's on our store. So what I'm thinking about doing here is adding a circle now to this behind the cat, and I'm gonna make this white. Now I'm going to change the background to be gray so that we can see this circle. I'm going to position it back like this, and then I'm going to make it bigger and do something like that. Let's move that up a little bit. You can use the arrow keys to get some precise adjustments like so. And then I want to make this a little wider, so I'm just going to resize it to 325. This, what? No, not like that. Undo that. I just need to make it wider, so let's do 1050. Whoa, that was way too wide. What just happened? Or maybe not. Let's try it. Okay. Sorry about this, guys. Having some technical difficulties. Let's go back to here. Okay, there we go. This is the move right here. I'm gonna group these two pieces right here. So as you can see here, it's really coming together. Let's go ahead and just try this out right now on the store, see how it looks, right? Let's download that. Let's get a transparent background. Now, if you get Canva, you're gonna need to pay for the paid premium version if you wanna have a transparent background, which is pretty much necessary. But it's only like $12 or $10 a month, I think. So it's not expensive and it's super worth it, in my opinion. I've literally spent hundreds of dollars on Canva membership over my time. But let's download this and let's see how it looks in the theme. So we're gonna come over here to the header and just drop it in. Cat sack. I think that looks good. It's kind of hard to read the cat sack font, so I kind of want to get a different font. So yeah, if you can't find a good font, this is something I always like to do. If you can't find a good font on Canva, you can go to, it's called dafont.com, like dafont, DAFONT.com. And this is a great place to find a bunch of different fonts for completely free. And then you can install that custom font into Canva, which I'll show you guys how to do after we find a good font here. You're gonna need premium to install custom fonts as well. But as you can see, this is Dafont. And what you can do, you can look through the recently added, and they have a bunch of different categories here. Like let's look at cartoon, for example. So they have a bunch of different good fonts that you can use, and you can plug in your text, cat sack, and I think I'm gonna add .co to the name just because that's the name and it sounds better like that, I think. So that looks good, this looks good. And as you can see, they have a bunch of different cartoon, flavored fonts here. You could also look at comic or groovy. And as you can see, a bunch of different options. So, this is a great resource if you can't find a good font on Canva. So I'm gonna look through these and I'll be back with you guys. All right, guys, so I just scrolled for way too long, but this is the font that I've decided to use. Catsack.co, looks good, it's called Lobster. So I'm just gonna go ahead and download this and then I'll install it into Canva with you guys. So it's gonna download as a zip file. You can just extract that. And then it'll go to your downloads folder. And then you'll have the font here. So if you go back to Canva, you can go to the brand kit, which is over here on the left, and then basically just install that font. As you can see, I make my thumbnails in Canva a lot of the time. Let's go to downloads and drop this in. One thing I do want to say about logos and the little details of your store creation process, don't try and make it perfect. Like this is something I struggle with a lot. I try to find the perfect font. Like I literally just spent way too long trying to find this Lobster font. It doesn't matter as much as you think it does, especially to the customer. Like they don't really care what your logo looks like that much. No one's really gonna even look at your logo for more than a second. They just want to make sure it looks legit and it looks like a real brand, but the difference in font doesn't matter that much. It's not going to affect your conversion rate at all. So don't spend too much time on the logo. Definitely just focus on trying to get your store created and a product up and ready to test as quickly as possible, and then launch your ads as quickly as possible. Dive in, take action, and don't hesitate and procrastinate on the little things like the logo. But I do like to make things look nice, so I spend some extra time sometimes just because I enjoy it. But now that we have this Lobster font installed, we just got to refresh the page here, and then let's get this final version up and ready so we can move on to actually testing this product. There it is, catsack.co. Oh, that's beautiful. That's really beautiful. There we go. Make this a little smaller, and There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I love it. All right, guys, so I successfully downloaded the logo and I've uploaded it to our store. As you can see here, catsack.co. I think it looks gorgeous. And we also have a transparent header here as well with the white font. So I just think it looks really clean and I'm happy with the result. That's gonna be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you got some value from it. If you're still struggling with, logos, creating stuff for your store, content, anything like that, just don't overthink it. That's my biggest advice to you. This does look really good, I gotta say. And your logos might not look as good as this at the start, but it just takes time, it just takes practice, and your logos will get better over time. I was just kidding, by the way. I mean, it looks good, but your logos are going to be great too, I'm sure. So just don't overthink it and get your product up. That's the #1 priority for this stuff. But that's going to do it for this video. The next video that we're going to have in this little mini series is going to be on the product description. So that's going to come out tomorrow. We're going to be going over how to make a completely optimized product page, where to put your headlines, where to put GIFs. Do you even use GIFs, bullet points, and everything that makes product pages actually sell and make you money. It's one of the most important parts in your funnel, and I'm really excited to cover it with you guys tomorrow. But yeah, that's it for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe so you don't miss any more of this content, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.